Good afternoon, everybody. This is Clark Everett at the National Apartment Association. We're thrilled that you've joined us this afternoon. We're going to pause and give folks a little bit more time to log in. We'll get going here in just about 30 seconds or more. I'm here with my colleagues today. To my side is Olivia Farugi.
Hello.
And in the second video pane, you can see my colleague Frank Mock.
Good day.
So we're joining you today from Arlington, Virginia, which is in the greater metropolitan Washington, D.C. area, or as I refer to it as over the river and through the woods. Because I live downtown, I have to cross the river to come to work every day. All right, we'll start rolling. Once again, welcome everyone. 2018 CampusConnex will get rolling in Orlando in a little over a week, and we're really busy pulling together the finishing touches in anticipation of your arrival. Again, I'm Clark Everett, the Director of Conference Education from the National Apartment Association. I'm joined here by my colleagues Olivia Farugi, Conference Education Coordinator.
Hi.
And Frank Mock, Director of Communications. Hello, Olivia and Frank.
Hey, Clark.
Hey, guys. Thanks for helping me out today. And I appreciate all of you out in the ether dialing in for today. For the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to focus our attention on the upcoming conference and share some ideas on how to maximize your attendance while having some fun. Here are a few tips to prepare for the conference. First and foremost, if you can, tie up as many loose ends and projects before you leave so that you can show up to the conference ready to have your experience unencumbered. Business casual is the attire for the conference. I would encourage you to dress comfortably by packing shoes that help you dart in between sessions, something comfortable. The temperature in the session rooms also varies quite a bit, so it's a really good idea to dress in layers so you can add or take away as is appropriate. And I would show up armed with a stack of your business cards. And since you'll be relying heavily on your phone or your tablet during the conference, we encourage you to sort of get in the practice of charging it every night so it's ready to go. And if you have an extra battery or an extra charger that you can throw in your bag, I'd encourage you to do that. Tablets and laptops are great for taking notes. However, should they run out of juice, just use the old tried and true method of a notepad and pen system. Also, don't forget to enhance your experience by downloading the conference mobile app before you go. This is the single most powerful tool that you can use to navigate the conference. Search for the term National Apartment Association in the Apple Store or Google Play. And don't type in NAA, you need to type in the full words, National Apartment Association. You will look for the app that you can see on the logo that you can see on your screen here, the blue to green gradient fade. You can use this tool to plan a schedule ahead of time. You can interactively search for exhibitors and make one-on-one appointments with suppliers. You can also see who all the other attendees are. And there's a feature on there that will help you actually find and connect with those folks. I'm going to ask Olivia to do a quick demo of a few functions on the app so that you can see it in action. So Olivia is going to switch over the screen share so that you can see her iPhone, and she's going to take us on a little tour. Take it away, Olivia.
All right, bear with me for 1 second. I can all see my dog on the screen. And this is what the app is going to look like on your device. So you go ahead and open it. And it'll load, and then it'll take you to the home screen. So just as a reminder, make sure that you're always hitting the refresh button at the top right corner, just to make sure if we've synced anything, or if we've added anything, that it'll sync properly. So there are many capabilities to this app, and more than I have time to share with you today, but I'm going to share a few of my favorite features. So the first one is going to be schedule. Now the schedule feature lets you see every event that's happening at the conference. And what's really cool is that you can sort. If you're looking for the Breakout Education sessions, at the top right of the screen next to schedule, there's a funnel. So if you click on that, you can go ahead and look at all of the different tracks that we're offering and pick which one you are most interested in. Then you can also choose whatever event you're interested in, and if you click on it, you'll be able to see where it's located and the date and time that it's taking place. So if you want to look up a specific session, you can go ahead and click on that, and it takes you to this page. Now, we offer a variety of tools on this page. You're able to read about the education session. You're able to see who the speakers are and click on each one and read their bio. And you're able to take notes during the session, which is really handy. Also, as you can see, the three little icons, handouts, surveys, and polling, you can use those during the presentation. So if you click on handouts, you'll be able to look at the slide deck for each presentation. So that way you won't miss anything. If they move to a new slide and you feel like you forgot something on the last slide, you'll have it at the palm of your hand. We'll also have our session and speaker surveys on here. So these are really important to take during the actual session itself. The speakers will ask you to take the surveys. Now, on this About the Session page, this is where, as it says, you answer questions solely about this session. If you toggle over to About the Speaker, you'll get to take the speaker surveys for each speaker. So make sure you click on each one and submit the survey for each speaker.
I just wanted to pop in here for a second and say, this is something, being able to give feedback in real time is something that is important. It gives you the ability to provide the most prescient feedback that you have. And we hope that it's a more efficient way of collecting your how you feel about our sessions, so that we can use that information to better serve you in the future.
Exactly. Also, the third little icon there is the polling feature. So we've added this to our presentation so speakers can ask the audience questions and have them participate. So your speakers in whatever session you go to will let you know when there's a polling question. You'll open your phone, go to the session, click on polling, and you'll get to answer the questions. And the really cool thing about this feature is that when you're done answering, you can click view, and you'll be able to see what the rest of the audience is answering. So let's go back to the home screen. You can also click on attendees and look up all of the attendees that are coming to the conference, and you can even network with them by clicking on Let's Meet, and it'll let you email them. You can sort by name or by company. The app also provides floor plans, so you can look to see where you are and where you need to be. You can also look at speakers if you want to look in alphabetical order, and then you can see where they're speaking. And last but not least, before that, you can also look at Orlando and see different activities like where to eat, places to visit, and what the weather will be like. And now, last but not least, is the overall survey, which we ask all of you to take at the conclusion of the conference. This is really important. We really value your feedback, and we incorporate all your feedback to make sure that next year's conference is even better than this year's conference.
Thanks, Olivia.
No problem,
So,
Clark.
I think that it's worthwhile to point out that there are actually two different survey points. One is for sessions and speakers, and the other one is the overall session survey. And that's sort of more about your general impressions for the entire event.
All right.
So let's talk a little bit about what happens when you actually arrive on site.
So on the day of the event, arrive with plenty of time to pick up your conference program and badge from the registration desk, which is located right outside of the grand ballroom. Registration opens at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, and the first event is at noon. So target that window. Like I said, the schedule is also on the app, and it's right at your fingertips, so use that for all of your different events. You should also orient yourself with the conference center layout and the hotel floor plans in the program. So this can be found in the program guide and on the app as I showed you. Also keep track of your badge, as it is your admission to all sessions and helps other attendees remember your name. Now there is a $50 fee to reprint badges, so try not to lose yours. You should also familiarize yourself with the Conference Center floor plan located on the mobile app or in your program guide. This event is right-sized and easy to navigate. You can see that all of the functions are clustered together in a common area. So take advantage of the attendee lounges to catch up with colleagues and make some new friends. Now, as you can see on the map, the registration area is located in National Ballroom Pre-Function. The general sessions are in the National Ballroom A and B. Then there's a covered walkway that leads to the other part of the convention center, where the breakout sessions are and the exhibit hall. Now, time away from work can help you develop a fresh perspective. So be sure to make good use of your conference experience by focusing in on 3 key elements: education, networking, and the exposition.
So as the education director, I will tell you it's all about education. We have 3 general sessions that gather the entire conference community into one room to inspire you with wisdom from outside and inside the industry. The conference kicks off with award-winning marketing innovation expert Afdel Aziz. Learn about the power of conscious marketing and how business can be a force for good by balancing profit with the needs of their consumers and communities. Afdel will share his experience with amazing companies such as Adidas, Warby Parker, and Zappos, who are revolutionizing business by doing well by doing good. Coffee on the Quad, a new twist on the general session format that's new this year at CampusConnex, features topics from passionate industry players. Each student housing geek, technician, or innovator hops up on the soapbox armed with 20 slides that advance automatically every 20 seconds, getting to the point fast. You can look forward to some humor, entertainment, and passionate storytelling. And on Wednesday afternoon, we conclude the conference with Jeff Havens, humorist and author. Jeff will make you laugh your way to new insights on the type of leader you want to be and best how to get there, communicating better, inspiring innovation, and creating a culture where people are eager to improve. I could tell you more about this, but it's really better to hear it from Jeff's words. So we're going to play you a quick video of what you can look for in the closing general session. Here we go.
Hello, everybody. This is Jeff Havens, one of the keynote speakers at CampusConnex, and I am excited about the opportunity of talking with you in Orlando, Florida this February. I hope you will join me at my session when I speak at CampusConnex and talk to multifamily industry professionals about leadership, specifically how to be an excellent leader by talking about all the ways that you can be a terrible one. It is a very backwards, very satirical, very entertaining approach to the typical presentation. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to laugh a ton, and you might accidentally learn a few things as well. It's going to be amazing, so I hope you're going to be there, because if you don't show up, I am going to hunt you down. That's not actually true. I don't know where you live, but I'll bet you they would give me a mailing list. They've been very nice to me so far. I am very excited about this. I hope you're very excited about it. It's going to be a ton of fun, high energy, so I'm looking forward to seeing you in Orlando, Florida this February at CampusConnex. Thanks very much, and have a wonderful day.
So that's Jeff Havens, and as you can see, he speaks much better for himself than I could possibly ever. Outside of the general sessions, there's a whole group of breakout education sessions, 16 in fact. Breakout sessions are at the heart of the conference. Select from 4 presentations from choices during each of the 4 time blocks over the 2-day event. Have a plan. Take charge of your learning by exploring the program before you get to Orlando so that you can have a strategy that supports your interests. Drill down into the NAA app while you're at the airport waiting for your flight. You can also think about partnering with friends or colleagues to cover issues that happen at the same time. It's not really possible to do everything, so decide in advance who will attend each session and take notes. You can kind of divide and conquer. Once you're in a session, if it's not really speaking to you, feel free to move around. Remember that you can always adapt your plan. Get up and move and find something that works for you. In order to be a really active, engaged attendee, you might consider asking a question. Presenters usually reserve 10 minutes of their time at the end of the session for audience questions. Write down your question in advance and make sure that it's a question related to the discussion. Don't forget to state your name and company affiliation so that people can remember you. Once you've finished your experience and you go back home, it's a really cool idea to share what you learned with your colleagues back on the ranch. Also, don't forget to tell us what you think. We are really interested in having you submit your feedback through both the session evaluations and the full conference survey. There, we cover a wide range of topics, including operations, marketing, and human resources. And when you look in the program guide or on the app, you'll be able to tell what subject each of the sessions focuses on. The main ones are operations, marketing, and human resources. There are also many others such as technology, partnerships, specialty communities within your group, and that sort of thing.
Bear with us for a second. We're having a little technical difficulty.
So our PowerPoint is frozen. We're going to reboot that, but I'm going to resort to the old pen and paper methodology, as I indicated might have been the case beforehand earlier. Let's see. There are some learnings. There is something called the Learning Zone that is in the Exposition. The Learning Zone features 6 enlightening 20-minute lean-in learning sessions. It's located on the front right-hand corner as you walk into the exhibit hall. Check the conference app and program guide for session times and titles. Frank, we're going to try and talk about some of the networking possibilities. Do you have a hard copy in front of you, or are you going to rely on? Are you relying on the slides? He's muted.
I'm unmuted. You gave me control. I don't need slides, thank you, to talk about talking with people. That something I enjoy and can certainly advise everybody out there on. But to be serious, I mean, we know student housing professionals tend to be an outgoing bunch, but networking, can be intimidating, especially if you have difficulty stepping outside of your comfort zone. When you're on site, just keep telling yourself that your network is your net worth. And I think that it'll become a little bit easier to be less of a wallflower. Maybe having a branding statement and an icebreaking question prepared before you get on site, that's a good way to sort of get ready to interact with people who, up until the CampusConnex, are going to be strangers. We're all going to be great friends by the time the show is over. NAA has gone through great lengths to optimize your networking opportunities. We have, of course, the NAA Exposition with lunch because nobody likes chatting on an empty stomach. There's speed networking, there's the welcome party, there's continental breakfast, there's a snack break prior to closing session. Of course, you have full range of the hotel and its facilities, the bar, the lobby, the elevator, wherever you can catch a nice conversation will benefit you greatly for years to come. Clark, I think you had a note about the speed networking event, but you're on mute, so I will talk for you.
You can't control me with the mute button. So this year, we've had feedback in the past, and people are looking for a structured way to network. It helps, it's a mechanism to get past the shyness maybe, or just help you connect with somebody you wouldn't normally. So this year we're trying something new at the conference. We're doing speed networking, which looks a whole lot like speed dating, except there's no kissing. But that takes place, it'll take place in the learning zone in the exposition. You need to RSVP. Currently, we have reached our capacity, but we are maintaining a waiting list. So if you haven't registered and are interested, you can email Olivia, and you'll be able to do that by reply email. She's going to send a follow-up email with a link to a recording of this webcast so that you can go back and retrieve all the information. That will include her email address. You can tell her that you want to be on the waiting list.
Yep.
Thanks. So the welcome party, first time ever, and it's going to be huge. This is at the end of the day on Tuesday. It's outside because this year we are in Florida. I'm expecting beautiful weather. Glorious even would be a nice adjective. We're gonna have an open bar, of course, lots of great food, entertainment, DJ. It's gonna be a big party. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Plus, it gives you a ton of opportunity to network with your fellow attendees. So if you need a ticket, it is a ticketed event. Your wristband will get you in, full conference reg, get you the wristband. Otherwise, go to the registration desk when you arrive, and they'll hook you up with a way to get into the party. Based on the slide in front of me, we're talking about lunch in the NAA Exposition. This is both Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday from 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Wednesday from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Obviously, browse the aisles. Take a more tactical approach if by leveraging the app, seeing who is exhibiting. You can schedule appointments with companies that might be of interest to you. I think Olivia may be walking us through the app again.
Yes, I will.
Yeah. So you might get tired of hearing me say this, but the app is really your strongest tool for navigating the event. We thought that it would be good to have another dip into the app to see how you can use that to navigate the exposition.
Right, so as you can see on your screen, you will be able to click on the icons that says exhibitors. You can look up all the exhibitors that will be there. You can sort by booth or you can sort by name. Also, again, in the floor plan, you'll be able to see where the exhibit hall is located. So it'll be the Oshola Ballroom, and that's where all of the fun activities will be taking place.
Cool. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. We're going to unmute Frank.
Good, because I'm glad you said Oshola. That's on the conference survey, I think, is whether or not you've learned how to pronounce that.
It's a difficult one.
So when you get an opportunity to advance the slides, we're going to talk 3 powerful tips for advanced networking, because networking is as much a science as it is an art. Tip number 3, because we're going to do these in descending order, is take ownership of the room. Again, you know, there is a kind of an innate tendency to be more shy in situations where we don't know anybody. But just remember, like, how badly do you want somebody to come up to you and break the ice? You just have to be bold and, again, take ownership of the room. Introduce yourself. Ask people about themselves. If there's nothing I like more than talking about myself, I don't know if there is anything. But I think most people are like me. We enjoy telling our stories, telling about who we are. Also, if people see you not interacting, but you're in the room, they're gonna probably make a judgment about your value and your value to them. So we are putting off a quality about ourselves that may not be entirely true. And if anything, I know that there's great value out there amongst the attendees of CampusConnex. Tip number 2, obviously it's about them, not you, as I was saying. It's people love to talk about themselves, but how can you leverage a relationship if you don't know anything about the other person? Perhaps you know somebody that they're in search of. Perhaps they have information that you can use as a resource, but without that conversation, you won't be able to leverage any of it. We like to say that, the time to hand over your business card is at the end of the conversation, not the beginning, where you're already making steps to develop a relationship before you say, hey, call me. And finally, tip number 1, hey, call me. Always follow up. Exchanging business cards is more than just handing pieces of paper back and forth. That this is an opportunity to develop a relationship with somebody who's either their resources or their contacts might be of use to you in the future. So we recommend sending a nice to meet you message, perhaps a friend on Facebook, if you feel like the conversation went really well. Probably won't friend too many people on Facebook. Maybe follow them on Twitter. That's a good thing to do. But overall, just be consistent. You don't want to have this flurry of activity followed by a dead period and then try to restart the relationship when you need that other person. The best time to have an interaction is when you don't need them. It's the foundation and guiding principle of relationship building. Speaking of being social, we have the social hub at CampusConnex. It's our center for all things social media, peer-to-peer networking. Come by, say hi to the staff. In the lower right-hand corner, you'll see our hashtag for the event, as well as all the different outlets that will be present on, obviously during the show, but also all year. So if you haven't followed, or friended us, now's a great time to do that. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Frank. All right, so the NAA Education Institute, or NAAEI, is proud to present its Rewind program. Rewind offers 16 PowerPoint synced audio sessions from the conference, so you can continue learning even after the conference concludes. You can purchase it online for $149 at gowithvisto.org.
And I wanted to point out something really cool that we're doing this year. So we're in Orlando, we're at Champions Gate. It's a bit of a resort. Not too far away is Disney Springs, which is a collection of restaurants and entertainment. There's a ton of stuff to do there. We have shuttle bus service set up for Wednesday evening so that you can get over there, get your party on, and get back to the hotel. The dates or the times, the run times are on your screen. They'll also be available in the app at your hotel and in the printed program. It's never too late to plan early, so mark your calendars for 2019. We're back at Champions Gate in Orlando on February the 12th and the 13th. Get that on your calendar. Get that time locked in so that you don't schedule over top of it, because anything worth doing fun is worth doing twice.
All right, so now it's time for some questions. You can go ahead and use the Q&A box to ask us what questions you have. So Allison Nesbitt asked, is there a login required for the app? Yes, there is. That will be your NAA email address and login information. When you go to log in, if you can't remember your password or you're having issues, there will be an option on the screen to contact our IT department and they can help you.
So I would recommend that you download the app today or tomorrow.
Yep.
And sort of wade your way through any kind of login problems that you might incur. We're not anticipating that you will, but it would be great to have it on the app and ready to go, and sort of also have some facility with navigating it, so that by the time you're on the ground, it's second nature.
Yep. Another question is, when will Rewind be available? It's actually available now to pre-order. So if you go to the web link, let's see.
She wants to.
Oh, you want to know when it will be available for download. So it won't be available to download for a few weeks after the conference. You will get an email when it's available.
Yeah, I would estimate. I can't say for sure. We have a new AV company this time through, but I would budget it between 3 and 4 weeks to get that stuff packaged up and posted online, and then distribute it out to you. Have we got some more questions? This isn't a question so much as a comment, but Rhonda Purrier says, Clark, Olivia, and Frank, you are rock stars. From Rhonda Purrier, smiley face. Thank you, Rhonda.
Let's see. I think that might be it.
I don't see any more questions coming in, and we're running on time. So if you have questions, you can feel free to email us, and we'll vet them one by one. We want to make sure that you're really well prepared and psyched for the event. And in closing, I want to tell you that, first of all, I should thank my colleagues. Olivia, who is the most awesome colleague who supports everything that we do so well, and Frank Mock, also one of my favorite people to work with at NAA. Thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Just a note, this webinar has been recorded and it's going to be posted to the event website. You'll also receive a follow-up email with a link to the recording so that you can have access to all today's information. If you have questions that you didn't pose to us in the Q&A portion of the webcast, you can ask them then. We'll get back to you. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we're really excited to see you in Orlando next week.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Olivia.
Thanks.